Hello student, today we are going to study NCERT History, Class 8, Chapter 1, How, When and Where. You have already idea what the history is because you have studied in 6th, in 7th, now in 8th. In the 6th standard you have studied the ancient history, in the 7th you have studied the medieval history, now in 8th standard you will study the modern history. You thought that the history is the boring subject, but in this class you will find interesting because in this you will come to know about the Britishers, how the Britishers used to came in India, how there is the colonial rule, how much here they used to live over here in India, then what kind of changes they did in India, how they exploit the Indian peoples and other people, how they divide and rule everything, then how the changes they used to come up with the in the societies, how they changes the social scenario, how they changes the political scenario, how they changes the economic scenario. All this thing you will learn in this chapter. How earlier they used to come for the earlier they were used to come in India for the conquer purpose. No, earlier they used to come for the trade or the business purpose. So all this thing you are going to study in this chapter. So like earlier who used to rule over here and who did there, all these things you will come to know. Who is the last Mughal ruler left in India? So all these things you will come to know, like you will learn about the revolutionaries, the different reforms, about the Gandhiji, about the Subhash Chandra Bose, about the numerous of the people who had participated as a freedom fighter for the independence of India. All these things you're going to learn in this. Just like the previous classes, like the first chapter is suggested that what we are going to study in the whole year. So this is the first chapter that tells you about what you have to read or what you do not have to read. Like how you have to understand the dates, how you have to understand the period, how you have to understand the time, how you have to understand the people used to come in this period. All this thing you're going to learn in this chapter. So before going to start this chapter, what the points we have to cover in this lecture today, that the how important are the dates, then the which dates, then how do we periodize, what is colonial? Colonial means the Britisher who used to came in India and they used to rule over here for over a long period of time. Somebody says that 200 years, somebody says that more than 200 years, somebody says that more than 300 years. Now in this case, then what do we know? This is the first part of the video that we used to going to cover this such points. How means in Hindi we use the kaise, then when, yani kab, where means kahan. So these are all the points which we are going to cover in this chapter. You have to keep this thing in mind. Yes, that is true that Britishers used to came in India. They exploit the Indian peoples at a very brutally and a very highly way. But certain things are there that they made changes in our society. They made changes in the caste-based system. They made changes in the between the discrimination, upper caste, lower caste. All these things you're going to learn in this chapter. Like whosoever the governor used to came in India from the Britain, or you can say from the England, how they rule over here, and what changes they made, and what deterioration, what the new rules and regulation they made. So this all such things you're going to read in this chapter and you will learn in this chapter. Starts from your first page of this chapter. How important are dates? There was a time when the historians were fascinated with the dates. Yes, that is true that the earlier times the historian was fascinated means उनको dates काफी ज़्यादा पसंद थी. There were heated debate about the dates on विच रूलर वर क्राउन ऑन द बैटल वर फॉट. यानी उनके बीच में ऐसी लड़ाइयाँ होती रहती थी कि किस डेट के टाइम पे कौन सा राज्य ने बैटल किया होगा, बिकॉज दे वांट अ सर्टेन प्रूफ एंड दे वांट अ सर्टेन story which they can include in the history that the whosoever the ruler used to came in the particular year, who used to fought it and who used to win. All this thing is discussed by, or you can say after lots of discussion, after lots of debate, they used to come to know that this particular thing is done by that man, this particular thing is done by that man. Now um, you may have heard the people, I find the history boring because it is all about the memorizing the date. This is such a concepts and truth, which I already said, because you thought that the history is the boring subject because you have to learn number of the dates, number of the years. So you thought that's boring, but this history you will find very much interesting because it is the history of the contemporary era. It is the history of the modern, where you will learn about the Britishers and the freedom fighters because you heard the numerous of the name of a freedom fighters. Like you can talk about the Jhansi Ki Rani, you can talk about the Bhagat Singh, you can talk about the Subhash Chandra Bose, you can talk about the Lala Rajpat Rai, you can talk about the Chandrasekhar Azad. There are a lot more person you will learn in this whole book, like what kind of things which done by this people, what kind of things is done by that people. So all this history will come in this modern history. Now come to this, history is certainly about the changes that occur over a time. Yes, history is about the changes which take place, changes like after 1 year there are some changes, after 1 year there are some changes. So history is a kind of a thing where you can see the changes. It is about the finding out how things were in the past and how the things have changed. पास्ट में कैसे चीजें और कैसे चेंज हो गई. As soon as we compare that the past with the present, we prefer the time. यानी पास्ट और प्रेजेंट को हम जो प्रेफर करते हैं उसमें क्या टाइम चेंजेस हो गए. वी टॉक ऑफ बिफोर एंड आफ्टर, वी टॉक अबाउट द बिफोर एंड आफ्टर. लिविंग द वर्ल्ड, वी डू नॉट ऑलवेज ask the historian question about what we see around us. We take the things for granted. जो भी चीज हम अपने पास पास देखते हैं उसको क्या लेते हैं, ग्रांटेड लेते हैं. As we what if we see has always been in the world of inhabit, but most of us have a moment and a wonder when we are curious and we ask the question that actually are the historical. Like जब हम किसी चीज के बारे में क्यूरियस होते हैं, बहुत उत्तेजित होते हैं, उसको जानने की कोशिश करते हैं, when we used to ask the question, so that is a history. Watching someone sip a cup of tea and roadside tea stall, you may wonder when did the people begin to drink a tea or coffee. जैसे कि आप कभी किसी को चाय पीते या कॉफी पीते देखते हो या फिर जो टी स्टॉल होते हैं वहां पर जब चाय पीते हैं तो हम सोचते हैं कि कब कहाँ और कैसे चाय यानी टी और कॉफी पीना स्टार्ट किया हुआ. तो हमारे माइंड में एक क्वेश्चन ऐसा आता है, looking out of the window of a train and you may ask yourself when were railway built and how did the people long distance before the age of railways. Yes, this is also the question when we used to sit in the train and we see outside the window like how and when the train has started, how the people before when there is no train, how the people used to travel over there. It's all the such things we used to going to learn in this. So we thought that what are the history behind that? Reading the newspaper in the morning, you may have the curious to know how the people got to hear about the things before the newspaper began to be printed. Yes, also this one thing, like this is your printed book. We thought that earlier when there is no paper, when there is no printing press, how the people used to read, how the people used to write, and how the people used to memorize such things. We see that. Now you can see this figure first that it is a Brahma's offering the Shastra to the Britannia front page of the first map produced by the James Rennell in 1782. यानी ब्राह्मण जो है एक ब्रिटिश सर को कुछ शास्त्र ऑफर कर उसके बारे में. रेनल वाज आस्क्ड बाय द रॉबर्ट क्लीव टू प्रोड्यूस अ मैप ऑफ हिंदुस्तान. मींस जो ये रेनल था उसने रॉबर्ट क्लाइव को कहा कि आप एक इंडिया का मैप बनाओ जिसमें एंथुसियास्टिक सपोर्ट द ब्रिटिश कॉन्क्वेस्ट ऑफ इंडिया, जिसमें ब्रिटिशर्स ने इंडिया को क्या किया है, कॉन्क्वेस्ट किया है, उसको पकड़ा है. एंड the picture has tried to suggest the Indian willingly gave over their ancient text. Means here the India we do not suppress them, we do not force them. They willingly they give their shastra to the Britishers because Britishers are officially interpreted them that we want your shastra. So here the Brahmins who used to willingly offer their shastra to the Britishers. If we talk about further, the symbol of the British power, if they asking for the become the protector of the Indian culture, what we said them, they are the protector of the Indian culture. Now come toward the next page, that is the page number 2, where first you can see this picture of the Lipton tea. The advertisement had to create the taste. You can see this Lipton tea. Lipton tea is nowadays is also there. Earlier it was also there. How it create the taste of the people. Here what we can see is that old advertisement help to understand how market for a new products were created and new tastes were popularized. यानी किस तरह से market बना, product बने और हमने उसको popularize किया. This 1992 advertisement of the Lipton tea suggests that the royalty all over the world is associated with this tea. यानी all over the world जो tea का taste इसी से बना हुआ है. Suggests that the royalty all over the world is associated with the tea. यानी जहाँ कहीं पे भी राजघराने हैं यानी जो royalties है वो किससे है, टी से बना हुआ है. मतलब टी इन द सेंस The T is the suggestion of the royalty all over the world. In association with the T, it's the background you can see the outer wall of an Indian palace. यानी जो यहाँ पे एक घोड़े पे जो बैठा हुआ है रॉयल पर्सन उसके पीछे एक इंडियन पैलेस है which is the foreground seated on the horseback is the third son of the queen यानी विक्टोरिया का ये थर्ड सन था of the Britain Prince Arthur who was given the title of Duke of Connaught. Now come towards this. All such historical question refers to the back to the notion of time that but the time does not have to be always preciously date in terms of the particular year or a month. कभी कभी ऐसा होता है कि टाइम जो कभी प्रीशियस नहीं होता है पर्टिकुलर ईयर और पर्टिकुलर मंथ. Sometimes it is actually incorrect to fix the precious date to process that happen over a period of time. Yes, the historians as well as I'm saying the archaeologists, geologists, whatever the I'm saying the historians only. Sometimes they feel the difficulty in what kind of date they have to be put in the history textbook because somewhere they don't find that relevant stories, somewhere they don't find the relevant evidence where they can put the story in the history form. So they have to like do the lots of research. They have to take the archaeologist evidence, then they put in the history textbook that the particular thing is going to happen in that particular year, that particular time, and the particular date. So these are the such things which we come to know like what are the historians they have to face the difficulties because historians used to take the evidence of the scientists, they used to take the evidence of the archaeologists, they used to take the evidence of the library, they take the evidence of the manuscripts, inscription, and the coins, and there are lots of things they have to research. By compiling them, that they make a history book, or you can say the history textbook. Then we come to know what is going to happen in this particular year. People in India did not begin drinking tea one fine day. This is also true that in India, the tree is not originated from the India. It used to come from outside the India. Then we come to know what we have to drink and what we do not have to drink. There can be no one clear date for the process such as this. Similarly, we cannot fix one single day on which the British rule was established. On the national movement started, or on the national movement started, or the changes took place in the economic society, which I already explained this before starting this chapter. Like when the Britishers, the colonial people used to come, they start changing our society, they start changing our economic scenario. We can only refer to the span of time, approximately the period over the which the particular change become visible. We can say refer the span of time, the approximate period over which the particular change become visible. When then do we continue to associate the history with the string of dates? The association has a reason. There was a time when the history was an account of the battle and big events. Yes, there was a time. The earlier we read the history about the battles and the big times, but now the history is of each and everything. If you talk like if you take the generally on each and every subject or each and everything, we used to read about the history that whosoever the people used to come, who made this particular subject, what are the changes used to come, if they give the certain idea, who are their critics, all this changing which we used to call it as a history. That doesn't mean that you are reading the particular subject and you don't know about the history. In each and every subject or in each and every topic, we read about what the history behind that, when they used this started this subject, what are the ideas behind it, if somebody not like a study, who are the critics of that he used to change that particular idea, then another who used to comment and who changed it. These are the certain things that period by period that the time used to change. Then there can be no one a clear date of process such as this. Similarly, we cannot fix one single date on which the British rule was established. Yes, that is true. We don't know that the particular day or particular year or particular time when the British used to came in India and they start establishing their rule. The national movement started or the change took place within the economic society. All this changes happened over the stretch of time. Yes, it used to take a number of, you can say the time of the year when they start establishing their rule over the India. We can only refer to span of time and approximate period over which particular change become visible. Like if we take the span of time where we can see what are the visible changes we can see over here. Why then do we continue to associate the history with a string of dates? Why we used to call it a string of dates? Because this association has a reason. There was a time when the history was account of battle and the big events. It was about the rulers and their policies. Historian wrote about the year a king was crowned. In history, I read about the king or at what particular date and the year he was crowned and his date per कौन सी ईयर में पर्टिकुलर किंग ने जो क्राउन यानी जो मुकुट पहना था यानी राजगद्दी पे बैठे उसके बारे में लिखा जाता है। द ईयर ही मैरिड, जिस साल उसकी शादी वो लिखी जाती है। द ईयर ही हैड अ चाइल्ड वो लिखा जाता है। द ईयर ही फॉट अ पर्टिकुलर वॉर, कौन सा उसने पर्टिकुलर वॉर लड़ा। एंड व्हेन ही डाइड ही आल्सो यूज्ड दिस थिंग। द ईयर द नेक्स्ट रूलर सक्सेसर टू द थ्रोन, यानी उसके मरने के बाद जो दूसरा राजा आता है वो लिखा जाता है। फॉर द इवेंट सच एज दिस specific date can be determined, इसलिए specific date determine की जाती है, and in the history such as this debates about dates continue to be important. As you have seen in the history textbook of the past 2 years, history now write about the host of the other issues and the other questions. Like last 2 years जो पढ़ते आ रहे सिक्स एंड सेवंथ में हम लोग डेट्स या टाइम के बारे में नहीं पर्टिकुलर सिनारियो के बारे में पढ़ते लाइक व्हाट द पर्टिकुलर थिंग्स इफ यू टेक द एग्जांपल ऑफ like if you recall of the sixth standard that you have read about the stone, then the copper, the Harappan civilization. So here we read about the civilization. If we talk about the seventh, we talk about the medieval history. Like we read about the 1,000 year of the history in which who the ruler used to came, who used to rule over the India, and how changes we see in that seven. In this also the such scenario we're seeing this the look at how the people city developed, the market came up, how the kingdoms were formed, and the new ideas spread. You have read in seven how the new kingdoms were came and how the kings were set up their rule, then how they changed the society and how they changed the economy. All such scenario we have seen that and how cultures and societies have changed. Now come to the which dates. The second topic of this chapter is the which dates. Why what criteria do we choose a set of days as important? The date we select, the dates around which we compose a story of the past are not important in their own. They become the better because we focus on the particular set of events as important. If our focus of the study change, if we begin to look at a new issue, a new set of date will appear the significant. What we try to say is over here is, if like in today's well something is going to be happen, next day something is going to be happen, that is set a certain kind of date where we get the new history. जैसे कि मान लो अभी एक महीने पहले कुछ हुआ हो, आज कुछ हो गया हो, कुछ इंसिडेंट हैपेंड हो गया, कल कुछ होगा, तो एक नया हिस्ट्री सेट कर देता है कि पर्टिकुलर डे पे ये हुआ। जैसे कि हम किसी भी चीज के एग्जाम्पल है इन अ पॉजिटिव वे, जैसे कि अभी एक महीने पहले किसी ने एक स्पोर्ट्स गेम जीता, अब उसका हम एक महीने बाद देखते हैं कि किसी ने अपना नाम जैसे रिकॉर्ड तोड़ी, गिनीज बुक ऑफ वर्ल्ड रिकॉर्ड तोड़ा है, कोई भी रिकॉर्ड तोड़ा। अब नेक्स्ट टाइम देखते हैं कोई इंसान जो माउंट एवरेस्ट पर लाइक 17 या 18 टाइम्स चढ़ा है, तो दे मेक अ हिस्ट्री दैट दे डिड अ पर्टिकुलर थिंग ऑन द पर्टिकुलर डेट and they make a milestone. So these are the certain things which we can say that what they did and what they can't did. So these are the particular set of that where we can say that this set the history on the particular date and that particular year. Now, consider an example, the history written by the British historian in India, the British historian who has written this. The role of each governor general was important. Those who have the governor used to came in India, they have their own history. Like this history began with the first governor general. The first governor general of India is the Warren Hastings. You have to keep this thing in mind. They used to ask you in the MCQs as well. So who is the first governor general of India? That is the Warren Hastings, and they ended with the last that is Vasra, that is Lord Mountbatten. The first is the that is Warren Hastings, and the last the Viceroy is Lord Mountbatten, the last Governor General of the India. In the separate chapter, we read about the deeds of the others. What are the other governor used to claim? What the deeds or what they did the thing? We were going to learn in the next chapters. Hengstein, Verricelli, Bennington, Dalhousie, Canning, Lawrence, Lytton, Ripon, Curzon, Harding, Irwin. It was a simply never-ending succession of the Governor General and the Viceroys. All these states in this history book were linked with this were personalities. All this governor which we read right now, all these governors used to came period by period. They have come in the successor. What they did, what the personality they have, we will going to learn in the further chapters. To their activities, policies, and their achievement, it was as if there was nothing outside their lives, and that was important for us to know. But nothing there was important for life. But it is the important as for not that when they used to came in India, what changes they made, what did deeds they did. All these things we have to know in this chapter. The chronology of the marked the different chapters of the history British India. Can we not write about the history of the period in the different ways? How do we focus on the activities of different grounds and the classes in the Indian society within? the former history governor generals. Like in this, the different governors used to came. They make the society at a different perspective and the economic changes they made. So we are going to learn in this why we read the history or the story. We divide into two chapters. Why do we did this? This is the given chapter where the chronology is. Now come to you can see the picture of the Warren Hastings, the first Governor General of the India. He used to came in India in 1773, and while history book narrate the deeds of the Governor General, biography glorify them as a person and painting the project them as a powerful figure. Yeah, like the Indians or you can say the Britishers or historians, he projected him like a powerful Governor General. How do we prioritize? In 1817, James Mill, a Scottish economist and the political philosopher, published a massive three book. This James Smith, that is also asked the question in your exercise as well. The James Smith used to came in India. He divided history in three parts, that is Hindu, Muslim, and Britishers, in which he write about how the Hindus were live, how the Muslims were live, and how the Britishers were live. All these things he has separated. That the privatization came to be widely accepted. Can you think any problem with the way of looking at the Indian history? Like which I explained, they used to divide the history in the three sections, that is Muslim, Hindu, and the Britishers. Why do we try to divide the history into the different periods? Why to show in an attempt to capture the characterize of a time? It's a central feature as they appear to us. So the terms through which we periodize, that is demarcated the difference between the periods, become important. The reflector ideas about the past, they show how we see the significant of change from one period to the next. We see that significant changes from one period to another. Mill thought that all the Asian society were at the lower level of the civilization than the Europe. Yes, James Mill thought that the Indian civilization, or you can say the Asian societies, are much lower than the European civilization, because what they thought that they used to know, the British used to know the English. They are highly civilized. They have the better education. They have a better standard of living rather than the Indian societies. What they thought that the Asian societies, they are illiterate, they are not civilized, they live in a dirty manner. They don't have the manners, how to talk, how to live. So they thought that the Asian society are uncivilized and the European civilization are the civilized. According to his styling, the history before the British came to the Hindu and Muslim disposed the rule of the country. That is true that before the British used to came in India, earlier who ruled over the India? That is Hindus and the Muslims. Religious intolerance, caste taboos, and superstitious practice. Because we have the religious intolerance means we are like that. We are promoting our own religion. We are not respecting the other religion. We are fighting with the other religions. Then caste taboos, the lower caste and the upper caste, and the superstitious belief practice. We are practicing utmost of the superstitious belief, जैसे हम कहते हैं अंधविश्वास, वो हम हद से ज्यादा प्रैक्टिस करते हैं. इंडिपेंडेंस से पहले तो बहुत ज्यादा होता था, आज भी होता है, बट अब तो बहुत कम हो गया है. बट if you talk about the earlier, the pre-independence, we are practicing the superstitious utmost that level that we can't believe it, that in pre-independence this type of belief, that time it's also happened. So these are the certain things which we have seen, that what kind of superstitious belief we are practicing at the par level. Now, dominated, come to the page number 4, dominated social life, British rule, Mill felt that could civilize the India. To do this, when necessary to introduce European manners, art, institution, law in India. So Mills thought that in India they want to introduce European manners, their arts, their painting, their laws, their institution, everything he wants to set up in the India. Then Neil in fact suggests that the British could conquer the territories in India to ensure the entitlement and the happiness of the Indian people, for India was not capable of progress without the British help. Because without the British help they can't progress. In the idea of history, British rule represent all the forces of the progress and the civilization. The period before the British rule was one of the darkness. Can such conception be accepted today? जैसे कि यानी हम सोच के देखा ब्रिटिशर्स के आने से पहले कि हमारे इंडिया एक अंधेरे में था. That is the question. If we think practically, so yes, there is a darkness. If we can't think practically, there is not a darkness, because we are in this such a super. Like only one guy quoted the superstitious practices we are doing that to a very dark way. So yes, we are somehow in the darkness. We are not seeing the modern world. We are not seeing the practical thing. We are just believing in the. We are just used to fight with each other. We used to conflict with each other. We used to fight in the religious intolerance, the caste taboos, and the superstitious beliefs, and we are practicing till now also. Like in the modern world, if you are practicing superstition, think about it. How we need a change. Now, come further. In the case, can we refer to previous history as a Hindu or Muslim? Did not the variety face excess simultaneously? In this period, why should we characterize an age only through the religion of the rulers of the time? To do so is to suggest that the lives and the practices of the others do not really matter. We should also remember that even the rulers in the ancient India did not all share the same faith. Yes, we have the idea कि पहले के टाइम में जो हमारे राजा थे, अलग अलग प्रिंसली स्टेट के जो राजा थे, कि सबके विचार एक जैसे थे? नहीं, सबके विचार एक जैसे नहीं थे, सबके विचार अलग अलग थे। तभी तो वो आपस में लड़ते रहते थे और उनको कितनी ज्यादा प्रॉब्लम्स होती थी। Moving away from the British classification, historians have usually divided history into the ancient, medieval and the modern. जब ब्रिटिशर्स हिस्टोरियंस चले गए तब इंडियंस ने ब्रिटिशर्स के जाने के बाद इंडियन हिस्ट्री को तीन चीजों में डिवाइड कर दिया, which I have started I explained in earlier only. You have read in the previous classes in class 6 you have read the ancient history, in 7th you read the medieval history, and here you read the modern history in the 8th standard. If we talk about the higher classes in the 9th, you will read the world politics, or you can say the world history part 1 in 9th and world history part 2 in 10th class. So these are the history which you were going to read in previous class and in this class. Now moving further, the division 2 has it is the period that is borrowed from the west, where the modern period was associated with the growth of all the force of modernity, science, regions, democracy, liberty, and the equality. And now, in the by the British, they came. What the India they see the science, the reason, the democracy, the liberty, and the equality. Medieval was a term to use to describe the society where these features of modern society did not exist. Medieval history is where the modern society did not exist. Can we uncertainly accept the characterization of the modern period? To describe the period of our study. As you will see in this book, under the British rule, people did not have equality, freedom and liberty, nor was the period one of economic growth and progress. Many historians therefore refers to this period as the colonial. Till now, in this first video, what we have covered, how in the first part of this video, we have covered that how we have to read this whole history book this whole year in the 8th standard. In this book, we will read the modern history. In the today's lecture, we have covered only this two topic, how important are the dates and the which dates are the important, like how the people earlier were practicing in India, like what the James Mill thought that the people of the India are or the Asian society are uncivilized, they are illiterate, they don't have a manners, and they thought that the European civilization is much far superior than the Asian societies. So he thought that he want to introduce the laws, the institution, the manners, the art, the paintings in the India by which the people of the India can change their beliefs, their practice. If they were asking you the question, earlier the Britishers was not in the India, so they have the darkness in the India. Somehow we think practically, yes, there were the darkness because we are believing in the superstitious belief. If we, like after the British were went, then the history divided history into three parts, that is the ancient, medieval, and the modern. In the previous classes, in classes you have read the ancient history, in 7th you have read the medieval history, but in the 8th standard you are reading the modern history. The modern histories deal with the Britishers, how the freedom fighters will they fought the fight for the freedom, and when we got the freedom, all these things that we for the freedom, how much struggle we did, and how many freedom fighters were died, how many freedom fighters still now till exist, and what they did for our country to get the independence. As you have already had the idea that we got the independence on 15 August 1947, in which on the verge of what the partition of the country, that is one is India and another one is the Pakistan. So these are the things that we have learned in this chapter. In the second video, we're going to discuss the further point which are remaining, okay, what the periodization is, how the colonial rule is, how do we know, and the printing press and the newspaper, all these things we're going to learn. I hope you like this video. Thank you.